Live I am. Yeah. Here we are, Tristan Shop Talk, and today I have a guest, my homie that I met recently. Last few months, I met him at the VA. My homie Lou. Lou. What up, man?
What's up, Daniel?
Lou met at the VA, doing our thing. And every now and then we go to the VA. A lot going on right now, so I thought it'd be cool, man. You came on, pretty awesome. What's up? You're
Hey,
not.
not much, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. I can't hear you. So it's all
Oh,
good. Just play with the sound or the audio.
let me see here.
I should, yeah. You're not muted or nothing. So
Yeah.
we got this episode going on right now, episode 33. A lot going on from last week. Actually, from last episode I had. So now I just also wanted Lou's also helping me out, test out this program that I got going on so we can keep it more consistent. Can I hear you now?
Um, can you hear me
No, I
now?
still can't hear you.
Uh,
So
let me.
yeah, so let me yeah, you should be working.
Yeah. Um, let me log in. I know. I guess I've
YouTube.
never done this before, so let me see.
Mm, no, you should be there.
Yeah,
Is it are you using your phone or are you using your
phone.
you're using your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless maybe you put on your headphones or something to your phone. You don't
Okay.
have headphones to it?
Yep. Let me see.
That might work.
Okay.
So definitely recently what was going on which I thought was pretty crazy recently was the Puff Daddy video as getting out there and this well, I mean, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we had this Puff Daddy video that came out, and Puff Daddy video was pretty much uh, the Cassie being thrown around. Pretty crazy. On top of that, with everything else going on with him, his house being raided, so forth, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I'm not really sure what exactly happened. Um, but even with that case, but obviously, nothing got really panned out from that. So from there was the next thing of this video recently coming out, and this video was just showing Puff Daddy throwing around Cassie, which is ain't cool. I mean, I'm not glorifying the fact that that was cool of what happened, but um, yeah, it was pretty disturbing. Seeing her being thrown around. So yeah, so what happened there was, I guess, obviously couples have fights, but I'm not saying that it should be correct that that should even be done or happen. Throwing around your beautiful model girlfriend around the ground. So what's the questions on my end is just on uh, pretty much as in this video happened in like 2016. So like in 2016, I mean, it's been a minute, and this video barely came out. It's 2024. So that's only missing about a decade. So this video was already out there. Obviously, some other people knew about it. Obviously she. Uh, I mean, I'm guessing. You know, I'm not even. I really don't have time to go back and forth and find out exactly the specifics. But when the videos get, you can't even help it on your feed, and you just go to your feed, and your feed is just throwing this in your face of, you know, Puff Daddy throwing around Cassie. And then, like I said, I'm not laughing at the fact. I'm laughing at it. Like this is just our world today. How they keep videos, and then these videos pop out, and these videos are, pretty much. I mean, yeah, I mean, this guy's career is over. He's done. You know, there's no way around that. There's no way even explaining of, you know, I mean, I would never do that. You know, I would never get that upset to throw around a woman. Um, I've never been in that situation. So I've never been in that situation to where I've had to throw a woman down, throw a woman. Um, so, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to even take it in of, you know, like I said, I mean, I could show the video, and I guess, I mean, what's the point of showing the video if in the video it's just going to show pretty much, you know, me showing Puff Daddy throwing her around. So I don't feel no reason in even doing that. Along with that, Trump is still in the hot seat. Trump, you know, in that video I will show, you know, that video is with uh, Trump pretty much. And I mean, Trump is, you know, and people could say, oh, why do you care about even Trump or whatever? No, well, I mean, it's a lot, it's a big news, you know? So, I mean, obviously I'm going to talk about it. And with Trump right now, Trump is still, you know, because, you know, he came out in the middle of it. And he was like talking about, you know, how, because it so happened the same week is Putin's been met up with Xi, which is in Beijing. So he went to Beijing, met up with, um, you know, I don't even want to say his name wrong, but the president of China, he met him. And so when he met him, obviously caught up, glorified that the new world order is definitely going to change. Obviously, from what I understand, and I did read about it, China's not really excited that Russia's going in Ukraine and that they're in Ukraine, so that's another issue. But yet again, China's economy is trying to back off from, um, I guess, some type of, they've been hurting recently, so their economy's not doing that well. Besides, obviously the military is growing, but um, other than that, they're not thriving like they really thought they would. So yeah, obviously when I lived in Beijing, I always understood that China and Russia were always, friends. That's the impression I got when I lived there. When I lived there, and then I just always understood that Russians and Chinese were friends. I don't know. That was just my deal. Um, so along from that, the Trump was just going off about how, he's in court and around the world, the president of China and the president of Russia are, pretty much making plans, which is, obviously there are meetings, so they're speaking face to face. So with them speaking face to face, they're pretty much, in a nutshell, um, discussing issues that are going on, and obviously Russia's in a war, with Ukraine, so obviously that's going to be spoken about and be talked about. Is your thing working out or what? What happened? What's that?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Let me keep working on it.
Hmm. Um. Damn it. I mean, you're there. I don't know what's going on with your sound. I mean, I see you there, and your sound's working. So I don't know. So along with that, Trump was just complaining that he's in court while world leaders are on the other side of the world making plans to take over the world. Um, and obviously he's still being threatened by a gag order from the court, from the judge, for speaking about the case. So that's a whole other thing. Um, I don't know. My guest is having a problem with his microphone, so I don't know what's going on there. So along from there, we have. I wanted to just show him in court. There's also some other things going on that I wanted to bring up, and some of those things were pretty funny. I thought what recently happened. Um, let's see if I can. What's up?
What's up?
Anything?
Not yet.
Nothing. Can
No.
you hear me though? Shake your head if you can hear me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Um,
Unless you call me on the phone. You could do that. You could call me on the phone, and I just have you on the mic. You can chime in. At least want to make it wasted. All right, hold on, because we're live, so that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to do. I'm doing like 4 different things right now. Yeah, so Trump's going on. Got that video just to show. What's up?
Hey, sorry about that, man. I never have done anything like this. So.
No, it's all good. What's up?
So you were talking about a little bit about Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think his trial is. I think this one's a sham, but I think that he will ultimately get convicted of something.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's no. Well, I mean, right. Well, I mean, I feel it's still based about nothing. I mean, that it could be a hung jury too. I mean, it could go any which way. So it's just like I said, I'm not even taking sides. I'm more just saying, like, in general, it's just like, who cares about a man who having sex with a damn prostitute, or I'm sorry, oh no, excuse me, not prostitute, whoever cares about somebody having sex with a porn star. All I care about is if the man can work good with money, you know and you know a,
Can he work good with money though?
I mean, I'm just saying, in general, with compared to the inflation after COVID, everything going on now. I mean, when you have two comparisons of the 4 years that we were in then and the 4 years we're in now, um, you can show comparison, and everybody can say and agree, whether you're whatever. I'm not even saying anything, but like, whatever you are, but yeah, everyone can say they have a little more money than at that time. And I mean, there was a lot of tariffs on China. Border was under control. Um, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If we're the lead of the elite of all countries, and we're going to play that role, then play that role, and and I mean, I really don't know how else to say it. Like I feel to the day we um, die, we're gonna always going to have uh, people who want to get into our country, because we have a lot of things going on in our country, um, and a lot of opportunity. So if you're willing to do that, sacrifice, and I'm going off the rails here, but my whole point is, like, yeah, like in general, he had a uh, very specific agenda at the time. Biden, I mean, did you have a grandfather?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
How old is
They're passed away now.
he? Okay, bro. I'm sorry. But, well,
It is.
yeah, but I mean, how long? I mean, how old was your grandfather? Okay. Okay. But the 81 was your grandfather, the male? So, I mean, even on this end, I mean, even on that end, and I mean, your grandfather, obviously, I mean, that's what happens at 81. And I'm just saying, like I feel, and how old are you? I'm not saying you're wiser than your grandfather. I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm wiser than you. What I am saying is that I'm a more agile person. You're a little more agile. You actually, push comes to shove. I mean, you're a little more flexible, able to do things. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it because obviously you're young enough to say, "Hey, yo, I'm going to do this." You know. Um,
I think definitely
but
maybe we shouldn't have as old as people as we have to choose from.
um, but that's what I'm saying. Like Biden is just not. He's not old enough anymore. He's he's very different now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say like he'll go out do a speech. Man, I'm sure that dude he gets tired. I mean, there's no way and another way. There's no any other way that he's going to um, that he's going to go that route of you know running around like a young president would. And Trump's just Trump is not that old, but Trump has it a little together. But so I mean, on that end, I don't know. Like I said, I really just don't care what going on in the president's or ex president's bedroom. I don't care what happened before. I don't care about that stuff. That's what got us in trouble in the past. I still believe with 9/11 and other things. We worry about too much about things that really don't really matter when it comes to the big world or the world itself. Like actual things.
Yeah.
So I guess your volume just doesn't work, or what's going on?
Oh fuck. Oh, sorry.
No, no,
Yeah,
you
I
can
don't
say it.
know.
It's all good.
Oh,
What?
okay. Okay. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Mm.
Um, so,
So introduce yourself, man. I mean,
yeah. So my name is Lucian or Lou. Like I said, to know Daniel from some VA appointments. Um, I don't know necessarily if I'm left or right. I just kind of, and I don't even know honestly if I'm supposed to capitalist because I think sometimes we pick when we want to be capitalist and when we want to be socialist. And so, yeah, I'm not necessarily sure what the platform is or like what the agenda is, but I just kind of come on here to, I guess, just kind of just be honest.
no, like, because no, I'm just basing it off the conversations we've had before.
Huh?
Some of the conversations we've had before is just what it is. And
Huh?
I just knew you had some things to say, so that's why I thought it'd be a good idea to bring you on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, from that to uh, now Biden and Trump, they're going to have a debate pretty soon. So they're about to have that debate. That's going to be planned. So I mean, I can only imagine how that's going to be. But there's also alternatives to it. So um,
What would be the alternative?
no crowd, no audience,
Oh, okay, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
okay.
there's access to the mic to turn the mic on and off. So then they're
Mm-hmm.
not speaking over each other. So it's whatever, man. It's I think it's ridiculous. I mean, I can even make a joke about it and say they just have a rap battle or some shit. I mean, get the
Yeah.
most out you can, but with no audience, no crowd. I mean, I understand because I mean, I think, I think it's almost like cults on both sides. You know, there's a big following on both ends, and you got a lot of people who are, you know, going a little bit out of their way of making sure uh, things go their way. So yeah, I mean, I don't blame them for having some type of you know,
Um,
control on that.
so when do you think that the country kind of went that way?
Oh well, I mean, this has all just been within the. I mean,
Have we always been that way, or
no, but I mean, I mean, I feel you got to also understand that you know this technology thing is moving fast, real fast, and you know that's another thing like I'm bringing up is about like you know you know electrical vehicles, nothing being mechanically anymore to um, humanoids being made now. I mean, you know, eventually, I mean, everything's just moving very fast right now. So the world can barely keep up with what's going on and learning what's going on so far, you know. So I don't even think it's more of a. I mean, definitely there's a change. There's a big change going on right as we speak. But when it comes down to, I think looking at it, you got to look at it from like a world point, you know.
mm-hmm.
But I think it also brings up a lot of people how a lot of people are very close minded. So, um, I mean, I don't know if people have to go travel across the country to go find out how other people live, or they have to go join the military or Peace Corps, or I don't know, do something. But just hanging out here around the block or in your city or town forever, and never just at least once or twice, at least get up and get out and see some shit. You know, I
Yeah.
don't know. I think it makes a lot of Americans narrow minded, specifically, which I'm getting at, which is like Americans are very narrow minded when they feel they don't have to go outside or you know they're just going to go to nice places and see nice places because you know
Yeah, and I think
it's their weekend or they worked hard and I get that, but then again it's like uh I mean come on, you know, come on, I mean not everything's uh is dished out nice, you know. Sometimes you're gonna realize some issues, you know.
well, that's one issue I have is when people say like this is a third world country or it's becoming a third world country. I don't think you've really been overseas per se and seen really how a third world country is.
Yeah, but what was also your what was your
Uh, well, I was in the Marines
there you
and I
go, that's what I
was
was getting
fine.
at. I wanted you to
Yeah,
say it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
so we were like, you could even. I never went outside the wire, to be honest. But you know, we could see from our binoculars, our binos, people with no power sitting outside, like just hanging out on top of the roofs. And I don't think we have that in this country. Maybe we do. I don't. Maybe I haven't seen it. I don't know.
well, no, I mean, but I mean, I guess I'm not speaking for all, but I'm speaking for people that I've come across, and people I've come across. Sometimes, you know, very close-minded, meaning, you know, they,
Mm-hmm.
you know, oh yeah, well, I've been overseas, like, where, like, well, Cancun, you know, that don't really count, or, you know, I've been to Greece, you know, I've been to the islands, and like that don't count either, man, like. Like,
Okinawa.
I mean, now I wasn't boots on ground, but I was definitely around that area being taunted, you know, by the Iranians coming in and around. And then on top of
Mm-hmm.
that, being in Bahrain, that was a weird place. I hated that place. I mean, you were better off being on base than leaving the base. You know, it's just so weird. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just like weird, man.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
like you get to somewhere and you're like, oh man, and then no, you get there and you're like, no, yeah, like why did I even leave? Like I should just stayed on base. Like instead I used my liberty to, you know, fucking go out in this like I don't know, I would have been better off just chilling here. and go get a pizza or a I don't know some whatever, and then go get a beer and hang out. You know.
Yeah, or Chinese food.
Yeah, Chinese food or. And then in Dubai, we had now. See, Dubai was different, but then Dubai, you had no money. I had no money. Like you had money, but then you really didn't. You know, I mean, then you couldn't. Then Dubai, because it was Middle Eastern, they wouldn't let you stay out really late unless you were an officer. So like whatever.
So what was kind of like your experience overseas?
Went from there to China. I was living in China, so like that's what I'm saying. Like with what recently when you know when I was there, it was his first name was HU, and then his Jin Tao, I believe. And I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he was the one that was in charge, and he was the one that was setting up for the Olympics. And that was my first time ever being overseas, and I lived there for a few months. And but when I was there, man, it was crazy. It was weird because it was just everybody was trying to learn Spanish. I mean, I'm sorry, Chinese. Everybody's trying to learn Mandarin. No, I'm sorry, vice versa. Everybody trying to learn English. So all the people that spoke Mandarin were trying to learn English. So they would love to talk to people who spoke English. And then you had some that were just the taxi drivers were always just um, it was a very it was a very shock to me because even there it was just no I don't know, it was just weird. It was like everything seemed controlled. It was like I always talked about it as like a facade, like it was kind of a like you walk around and you seem like you're free, you seem like you're this and that, but you're really not. You're being watched. You're being like people are like eavesdropping and like it's weird.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I had never experienced something like that because of what I looked like and then who I was or what I did, what was I there, why, who, what. It was like it kind of messed with my head a little bit. You know, it's kind of weird. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It set the tone for me because then when I came back, that's what I'm saying. I'm going back to what I was saying. Like, you know, it goes back to like, you know, I had a little outworld experience. You know, like I'm safe here in the United States. You know, after going overseas, seeing things, and then, you know, I get back home and I'm like, okay, I'm fine. You know, I'm cool. Like I'm cool being here. Not got, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel as a veteran, like specifically, like you go off, see some stuff, whatever, and then you come back and then you're like, all right, cool, man, I'm safe. You know, because even in the Navy, we come back after deployment from the Middle East, and then we stopped in Hawaii, and dude, that like after I did the Hawaii thing, like we it's called the Tiger Cruise. So like you come back and from Middle East, you come all the way back, and then you have family. You like, hey, I'm popping up on this day or so forth, and then if you're Westpac, you come back through, and then you stop in Hawaii, and yeah, you're glad to be in Hawaii because you're like, you know, you've been gone for like 6-7 months, you know, half a year out to sea. So that was my experience. So I mean that's what I was bringing up. You know, it was pretty.
Okay.
There was also what was this other one? So yeah, recently the senators. You know, I wanted to show you. Instead, you tell me what you think about it, and I'll show you what you know because I don't think you've even seen it.
Probably with MTG and Crockett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, I mean, I just wanted to show it, and then you give your take. Like you'll speak on it first, but and then I just thought it was um, pretty funny because I can turn up the sound too. I think I can.
Yeah, to a rap and
Huh? It should work. No, it's not even on. So I guess Hmm. Can you talk now? Can you talk now? No? No.
I don't know. Can I?
No, I mean, I'm seeing if I messed with them because it usually the sound usually works on the for this issue that I'm talking about right here. So we have Crockett who was going back and forth with Senator Green, and it was like almost like children. But I don't know why the sound's not playing right
And because they're both congresswomen, they're not necessarily senators. It's from Texas, Green's from Georgia. Obviously, we kind of know that. I don't know, but I didn't like it per se, just because my patient is wearing things for Green.
now. Oh yeah,
And I, I don't I don't understand the clickbait stuff. And I don't know. I guess maybe I should have let you ask me a question. I'm sorry, but
no, that's
that's
not good.
that was kind of my take on it. That's kind of my take on it. Is, I think Green is wanting attention. But then you can also argue that with Crockett as well, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It just depends on what side you're on. I mean, but I did see that exchange where she said the fake eyelashes, and then Crockett said something about a butch, bleach blonde, butch body or something.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, well, I guess I got it screwed up thinking they were senators.
Oh, oh yeah, that's just
They're congressmen.
semantics.
Congress was
Yeah,
Congress women.
yeah, that's just semantics, really. I just got it too.
But what got me was just the fact that they're very educated people and they're going back and forth about name calling. And
Oh,
they're the ones in charge of our decision, you know, specific things that have to be passed and questioned, support. And
see, I think that that's one thing that maybe we're mistaken on is they're not that they don't necessarily have to be educated. Um, we used to think that like a congressperson was um, had a bachelor's or whatever, and we even know now, or I feel that a bachelor's degree is not necessarily so educated anymore. I think we've both seen people with bachelors that really don't make sense, and you don't have to have those those are not requirements to be congressman or senator, is to have those academic requirements. And so, I mean, well, like Lauren Boebert, she has had she has a GED, and I would have never thought that that would be acceptable, I guess. And I'm not really playing partisanship, but we always, when we grew up, we thought these people were the smartest and the best. But it's kind of like in the Marines or the military, you find out that it's not the. We would joke about really. It really is the few and the proud. It's and
yeah,
by that I mean like you would see this commercial and you see this and you think this, but it's really just people.
yeah, yeah. I mean, your duties you're given duties and you got to follow them.
Mm-hmm. And so I think that's the same as far as Congress or any a senatorship is, as long as you can just get the votes. That's really kind of all that matters, I think. But
So yeah, man, my sound messed up on that too. So I mean, obviously, it would have been a little bit better to hear what they actually said, and they're going back and forth, and then obviously after that, and Green could not speak after that, and then obviously it's just ridiculous. Yep. So waste of time. I don't know what's going on there. Crazy times. Obviously Cortez got involved because Cortez was, she was.
Yep, because
she felt disrespected, or I guess you want to say so.
Yeah, she said that they attacked her physical appearance, and I think that is another underlying issue, whether it's true or not. But then race comes into it, and I don't know. It just turned into that's just our government now, I guess. That's it.
Yeah. And then what's up?
So how do you feel about it? I mean,
what about the senators? I mean, nah. I mean, I guess I just like I said, it's just educated people that are back and forth arguing. It's ridiculous. So there's nothing that sucks about it. It just shows how ridiculous we are as people. So. Nah, I just thought it was funny on that one, and then the other thing was going to come up was Tyson and Paul. I don't know if you're into boxing, but I'm into boxing. And,
yep. I don't understand how Paul defeats Aaron Tyson. They had their little pre-match or whatever you want to call it, and he was kind of flexing. It's like it's Tyson.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What did you think about it?
Nah, just kind of. It's just gonna show. I mean, it's already been. I don't know. Somebody kind of gave an insight, and I agree. And the insight was, it's just testing to see if Tyson still has it, at 16.
Yeah.
And if Paul can take it away from him, but it's ridiculous, man. I think it's that man don't need to be. That man ain't got nothing to prove, man. I don't know. Look at him. Look at him. Keep on looking over. He won't take his eyes off him.
I just don't know how far that'll get him, but Mike Tyson's his heart and where he's been and what he's seen and done. I don't think you can really mess with him too much.
They finally posted Fury 90. Are you aware of Fury here in
Tyson Fury?
No. Fury fighting championship here in Houston, Texas.
I seen that on Twitter the other day.
So.
Are you going to it?
No, I've been, but now I'm. They just recently posted. Apparently, they really recently posted the recent fights that they just had, and I wanted you to kind of. I don't think they have them all, but.
Is that what you're looking at now here?
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think they they haven't posted the most recent one, so guess not.
Have
So
you been to like the little person fighting?
what's that?
Have you been to like the little person fighting?
No. I haven't been to that. Where do they have those at?
They had one last year at Bombshells.
Oh, at Bombshells.
Yeah.
Well, which one though?
Huh?
Which one?
The one off 290.
Oh, okay.
And I'd never really honestly heard of that. Little person wrestling is what it was.
Little midget fighting.
Yeah. I don't want to use the M word. So. What do you think about that Kansas City kicker?
I got to hear the whole speech. I heard a little bit. He had already been a guest on. Um, he had already been a speaker at one of the graduations. I guess it was last year. I guess time flew by that quick. And last year, his speech was saying, man and woman need to sit home or, be at home and have babies and have family. Okay. And then when he came out with this one, like I guess the narrative, which like I said, I haven't confirmed anything. I just know what the narrative that's going around. The narrative's like saying that he said that women should just sit at home and be homemakers and wash clothes and and tell you that sounds like a lot. Some of these women like what I don't want. They go like, yo, that's not for me. Blah blah blah. Like some of these women took very offense to what was going on, and I was like, what? So I didn't really understand that. I was like, whatever.
I think the country kind of gets selective First Amendment. I don't like with Israel and Palestine. We'll say like I don't think we can differentiate between pro Gaza, pro Israel. I don't because I think sometimes people get confused about. Well, I'm not going to say like I'm smart, but I guess I kind of am. But the First Amendment is only regarding the Congress. Congress cannot say things, but I think Facebook and Twitter and these places take certain attempts to do that, and that's not a violation of your right. But I also do think that it's selected First Amendment to where even if you don't like abortion, you can't say anything about that. You can be pro-abortion or pro-life. You don't have to whatever. And I don't understand that. I guess like I think you just have First Amendment or you don't, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is says like a well-regulated militia. But I think sometimes people do things to where you can carry guns everywhere you go, which is that's the way you want to operate.
But see, I don't know, but see, I can step back and just say, like, be a football player. Now, if you want to go out, you want to speak in front of colleges, you want to be a speaker, then be a speaker, and then stand on that. But see, now, and I have to go with corporate, 'cause I have to say that's just the way it is. It ain't my money, it's their money. So when you're corporate involved with NFL like that, people, like, a lot of these athletes like to say, oh, yeah, I'm independent, blah, blah, it's like, it's almost like a reflective of like the 60s and 70s. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to do what I want. And at the end of the day, like when they're giving you millions of dollars, I hate to say it, man. It's like just keep your mouth shut, keep your opinions to yourself. Now, yes, express whatever you want to express, but also understand there might be some backlash to some of the shit you might say. Because there's so many, like you said, there's so many different complex levels to what's going on, like you're saying. like when it comes to the Gaza and Israel, that's a very complex issue. That's not like a very overnight issue where you just like, well, I'm with Israel and that's it. And you know what? I'm sorry about the other people. And then you can't be like, all right, I'm with Palestine because you know, it's not their fault. I mean, whatever. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If I was to speak about it, I'm just saying. Like, you can't. Those are very long debates and very long discussions that have to be discussed, documented. And especially with the government. I mean, that's not that's very area that has a lot to do with religion. Which, when it comes to religion is a whole different ball game than when it comes to money. I think. Money's money, but then when it comes to like religion, man, that's a whole other world. So that's why I feel that football player has to stop and realize, man, like what's important to you, football, or is it important to you to go around and speak about what you feel and how you feel about what this and that, what nuclear family should be, this and that, whatever. And, I don't know if you're gonna do that,
Yeah, no, I think that's very fair. It was just like, when you said you worked at an ER. I mean, you can't wear, I don't know, we'll call it medicine or medical and or MD ER shirt. You can't be out getting all fucked up acting stupid because there's still a place you're representing and there's something you're doing. And I kind of feel the same way as that. And I don't think Kansas City will do anything to that kicker, but excuse me. But it's just the point of it, like you're still representing something, and your avenue is this, so you gotta tread lightly. I guess is maybe the way I'm looking to say it.
No, that's what I'm saying. And then when they're giving you that much money, you have to shut up. You can't sit there, but hey, but none, man. They're giving you millions of dollars. Like, you know how many people get that opportunity? Not many.
I'm gonna say 32.
Yeah, not many people, man. Like, I like, come on, bro. It's like, whatever. Like I said, do what you do, bro. If you want to go out there and speak it and talk about what you think and how you think and this and that, go ahead. But I mean, I don't know, because I just know how the NFL, they're corporate. They got fans and people to like, worry about, and
they got the
money.
brand, and that's kind of like what I was talking about. Like, because when I worked at a company, I wouldn't necessarily go out and get all fucked up and stupid wearing a shirt from the company because that's the brand.
Well, I was guilty time for time, but I mean, overall, like when it came down to the job, I every now and then would be a little bit more sympathetic because of it would be just the fact, man. Like I want to be in there 100%. It was almost like I said, man. Like back in the day when I got in trouble, and I got arrested, and then when that happened, yeah, it makes you realize, like, man, I want to be that guy, like the one working, not the one being, not the one being processed, So I always felt like being in the hospital. I'm that guy. Like I ain't gonna like. Most times when guys from the county would come in there, I'll help them out, throw them a sandwich. I'd be like, yo, bro, you want another sandwich, please, man? Because I'll probably won't even get to eat tonight, man. I was like, nah, bro, here you go. You want some juice? All right, man, thanks, bro. Because, man, I mean, it's like, yo, man, I ain't there to judge you while you're there. Like, it's not my place to judge you. Like I hate to say it, whether you're a robbery or whatever. Like I ain't gonna give you money or nothing, but I'll give you some food and some water or some shit like that, And usually, you know how food is. Food's kind of rare, just like in the military, So.
No, I don't know. I've only heard that.
Well, I mean, on the ship, it was. What? Well, on the ship it was, but yeah.
Yeah, I've never been on a ship, though, honestly. Well, I was on the ship, just walked around. I wanted no part of that thing. I get too claustrophobic.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It's weird. Even now, I still sleep kind of weird. I sleep with my face up sometimes. Right? I gotta have my space. Like, that's another thing. Like sometimes chicks don't understand, or I'm sorry, women do not understand. Like sometimes, they want to cuddle and all that. It's like, yo, man, like, like I was like in a bunker, like a little closet shelf, like for like a year and a half of sea time. I have a year and a half of sea time. Even in those years, like and then I can only imagine if I did more years, how much more sea time. But I think a lot of guys don't realize, like, once you leave the military and you leave that, even for that long, that little period of time, you were always in those like I give it to guys because I was, um, the ones that were actually attached to the ship and had to live on the ship for that long. Oh man, dude. And then on top of that, you had to go on deployment when it went out, left out. Man, you just like you probably look at that ship and you just be like, man, you want to jump off the ship, because it's just so like uncomfortable. I wouldn't even say it's like not bad, it's just uncomfortable. Like you can't go to a couch. There might be a couch somewhere there, but you can't lay out anywhere. I mean, really think about it. You really don't. I mean, I think if you're really a true sailor, or whatever, you're not work. I mean, you're not sitting on your ass too much unless you're towards the end of your deployment. But I'm just saying, my point is like you're like it's just a very uncomfortable area. So like when I'm laying down on my bed, like yeah, it's kind of like my space. And then maybe some, you don't like to cuddle. I was like, nah, man, it's not like that. It's just like I like my space. Like just I don't know, it just stuck with me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, like, and I think that there's like, so people don't understand necessarily maybe some of the military shit that like we go through. Like, I don't know, like you have to live in. Well, like for me, like I lived in the barracks, and you have to clean your fucking room every Thursday, and like you can get called for duty at any point, and just all this bullshit. And I don't think, and even if like you are in some kind of like leadership position, like if I'm in charge of you, quote unquote, and you get a speeding ticket while you're on Liberty in Virginia, and we live in North Carolina at Camp Lejeune, why do I get yelled at because you got a speeding ticket? And you're like, I don't fucking know why they did that. Well, that's poor leadership, this and that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't, and that's fine. I'm okay with it, that people don't necessarily understand, like, just all the bullshit that goes into the military. Like, you're on Liberty at 4:30 or 16:30, but you can get called anytime to work. Like,
yeah,
that's fucking insane in the real world. But so I think that there's a part of our service that is not appreciated, and I really don't give a shit if it gets appreciated, because that's why we sacrifice. That's the sacrifice that people don't understand is you're doing something that other people aren't doing. And people can say like, well, yeah, you volunteered for it or whatever, but it don't matter. We volunteered for it. That's it.
yeah.
And we're living this for 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 years, however long. But I don't think necessarily people appreciate that. Well, and they'll never appreciate it because they never really know it.
Yeah, but I feel you have to understand that. Like I kind of I hated it when I got out because a lot of people don't understand. Like I said, I even respect the guy who was typing a computer inside the ship, or who was an admin or whatever. Hey man, you still on a deployment, you know. I mean, you still did more than the guy back here at home that never said or never left overseas or never did anything, But
Right.
the other definition of it, I feel like I've said before, is you got to sacrifice a little bit something out of yourself. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't sacrifice out of themselves. A lot of people are very to themselves, and they don't sacrifice out of themselves. They don't go out and they're like, hey, you know what? I might not like that. I might hate it, but I'm gonna push through, get it, because then on top of it, they give me benefits, and also these benefits will probably make up. So even though I do sign this contract and I get sent away, I might not like it, but you know what? I might have some benefits in the long run, and then you know what? I might have some experiences. But I always feel like um, everybody has a different path in the military, and when it comes to the military, um, it just depends what you make of it, and also what you make of yourself afterwards. But um, even with some other veterans, like the special op guys, and all the different branches of the military, um, I just feel it's like a part of your stages in life. Like it's almost like that thing, when you were little, and then you always knew like your maybe a relative or an older man, oh yeah, he was in Vietnam or he was in World War II, and then you never really understood it. And then now you're like older and you're like, hey, I'm that guy now, I'm that I'm that guy. So then that's what I said, it's just what you make of it, because I feel some people, they try to like, I mean, like we've talked about it, how we carry over a lot of traits, and bad and good, more bad than good, but you have to pick out the good ones, and the good ones sometimes are hard to pick out, because sometimes those bad ones override the good ones, and then you get conflicted, so then that's why I said that's the struggle with a lot of veterans. A lot of veterans have conflict of like being on guard all the time, always being watched for, like, or just staying to themselves, or they're in their own head, but like you said, a lot of people don't understand it because they never left overseas. So I agree.
Yeah, I think that's fair too. And oh shit, one thing you said, shit, I just lost my train of thought again. But nah, fuck. Yeah, I can't remember per se, but you were saying something about just like watching the doors and stuff.
About what?
Like watching the doors, like always having to face the door and everything.
Yeah.
People don't necessarily understand what a pain in the ass that is to like like always have to find this right seat.
Yeah.
And to where you get comfortable, but again, I guess it's just that sacrifice, that we're talking about, is that's something that comes with the territory, I guess. I don't know.
No, that's what I was saying. It's just like I think I was saying like it just depends what you're gonna do, what you're gonna do with it, like I said, I mean, I've had other veteran friends who couldn't shake it, man. Like another guy I knew, he couldn't shake the fact that, I mean, he kept on reminiscing. I'm like, yo, it's cool, man. Like I have good memories of it. Like it was cool, but we're not that no more. That was you have to, like, the clock has moved, the world has moved around, and and it's cool to think about, it's cool to talk about, definitely, I mean, I'm always down to talk to any veteran about anything, but I just feel, man, sometimes we have to like, but like you said, like it's easier said than done too, though,
No, and you're right, because like I have an uncle. Obviously, I was in the Marines, but I have an uncle who was in the Marines, and pretty much every day he wears a Marine Corps shirt, and I don't wear that, and it's not that he served more than I did or vice versa, but that's just kind of for me. I feel that's a chapter. A chapter in the book of my life, but it's not the book of my life.
Yeah, it's not. But I mean, my uncle too, man. He was veteran, and I think about him a lot when I'm at the VA because he didn't have all that access and stuff like that, and then the VA still was trying to get their act together, and this after the Vietnam War, and they were. I mean, I still talk about this law that's called the VEVRA Act, and this act is supposed to be for protecting veterans when they come back from deployments and get a job. You know, I still think it's a very outdated law because the law was ideal for you're supposed to give a veteran a job or they're supposed to be the first ones to pick blah 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 this and that.
Right.
You got some employers, man, who are anti-war, anti this, anti that, and it's like, and then, but then I have to people who get very ignorant or very ignorant. They don't understand that. Hey, man, some of these people had no choice sometimes to go. They had to go serve to live a better life, and maybe they chose a different job, or maybe and then maybe this person who's judging them's never served. So then they're over there, oh well, he this and that, maybe saying some nasty crap or whatever about him, but then it's like you can't I mean I'm saying for personal experience too, because when I got back, like I said, I would say another probably I can only imagine how different it was when Vietnam was, but me just coming back, just the remarks, little stupid remarks like you would get, and then it would be always specific employers, like thinking it's funny, that we were like brainwashed. It's like, yo, we were like it's almost like telling like we were brainwashed, right? Like we were brainwashed. We had no choice, but we served outside of ourselves, and we did cooler things than you ever did that you were scared to do. And then now you're like talking down on me. You think it's a joke? Like, come on. And then that was a quick filter when I used to find out about people like that. And then the other quick filter would be like, because some people I understood, but then I always felt like if you were an asshole and then you would come off, I'd be like, well, how come you didn't serve? Oh, well, man, my back, man, and then the doctor said this and that, blah blah blah. I was like, well, then don't talk shit. Don't talk shit then. And then also, like, you don't know why it might affect me. You don't know. Maybe I had a friend or maybe somebody that didn't come back. You don't know that.
Right.
I mean, and then that's when I say it doesn't matter whether it's somebody who served in the admin office or someone who's inside, I mean, or then like you said, there was Marines out there, or I said, Marines out there in the front line, that's what they wanted to do. It's like, all right, bro, that's what you wanted to do, or you fell through that, like. But then that, like I said, then that's I feel veteran to veteran to talk about, not civilian and then veteran to veteran. The civilian they don't get it. They don't understand.
Right, like they wouldn't understand the humor of them calling me a pogue or me calling them a bullet sponge. Like, yes, we all work together though.
Apparently, that would be. I think it's bad now. So I think it's. So. Nah, man. I mean, that was cool, man. So that was about an hour. So yeah, I just wanted to get at least a good hour in. So now you helped me out on my 33rd episode, finally getting it out.
Fuck, man.
And then we topped it all with some veteran info. So that's cool.
Yeah. I don't, like I said, I never done nothing like this. So I hope I wasn't like bad.
No, I told you were cool. It's all good. Like it's live. It's good. It's all good, man. I mean, but the whole thing is.
Kind of off the cuff.
Huh?
It was just kind of off the cuff. Like I said, I've just been kind of laying here watching TV, but
because I know we had talked before, so I knew you had some good shit to talk about. So, but this would be my angle. I mean, it's just up to you next time, unless you next time bust out your laptop. Because I had hit you up at the last minute, so it was all good. And then I just wanted to get an episode out, man. I needed to get an episode out because I'm trying to be more consistent with whether sometimes maybe if you're not busy or whatever, it's going to be pretty much anybody that's going to be able to come on, and then we chop it up. And then I have a few other guests coming on, either here in the studio or either versus on the on my service right here. So yeah.
Okay, and yeah. If you want me back, I mean, whenever. I mean, Like I said, it was just kind of off the cuff, so I didn't know if
No, I thought you would like it. That's why I asked you.
Yeah. It was kind of raw, so it was just kind of unscripted.
No, because now we can tell Lewis. Like Lewis wants to come and talk crap about sports, so I'm down. And he's all about the Lakers and the Dodgers, and so now I mean I've been staying on top of the Astros game. So I mean definitely I'm still gonna keep up with that. So yeah. So maybe I'll come out. I'll stay with the Astros, and I can talk mess to him about.
Yeah. But send me this link. Cause I have a couple of friends that were kind of interested in the podcast when I kind of told them that I was just gonna be doing this. I didn't really know what it was like or anything. So
no, that's cool, man. At least you got to see what it's about.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And like I said, if not, then it's all good. But if so, then like I said, I'll be.
No, like I said, you're always welcome. Like I told you, I wanted you on here. So yeah.
Yeah, and maybe we can do something a little more scripted, so I don't sound so dumb.
No, you can sound dumb, bro. It's all good.
Okay.
All right, Lou.
All right, have a good weekend, brother.
Later, bro. I'll talk to you later.
Take care, man. Bye.
Later. So, everybody, yes, episode 33, we got out. Just before I was going to depart, I just wanted to go into another part, which was this, which is I thought it was so funny because I had posted in my Instagram and I thought it was kind of funny on how. Oh, man, I gotta change up the screen. All right, so that was cool. We had a new co-host or another co-host that came on. Glad I got that done. That was pretty cool, pretty fun. Yeah, like after I guess I can go on about the Garza and Foster fight from Fury. I don't know. On that fight, I wasn't really. I mean, I was watching it, and I was really watching it, and I just saw some very, very big moves, basic but good moves, very strong moves by Garza. That Foster could not find his way around, and it still tripped me out because of the fact that when I was watching this fight, I thought by a long shot that Garza was won it because he did not stop. It just seemed like Foster just kept on going back and forth, back and forth. He was just moving around. He was doing anything to stay away from these hard hits that he was getting from Garza. And Garza just kept on pushing. Garza just kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. And it just didn't stop. So, I mean, another thing I just wanted to top off the episode with. They still haven't posted that fight. I wanted to show the fight so then I can at least have it on. So then I can at least show that, pretty much, what I was talking about because I had recorded some epic moves on there and it was just crazy. It was just crazy some of the moves that I saw that were on there. And overall, like I said, I'll take it away, before I head out. I still believe Garza won that fight. I don't know who these judges are. I'll just say it, I mean, it is what it is. That's the beauty about having this podcast of saying whatever I want to say. But yeah, it was a good fight. Definitely going to be posting another episode very soon. Can't wait for that. I guess before I go, I just wanted to go off talking about this other. So I have this other one, which is I thought was really funny.
Swallowing it, or remember you used to spit that stuff out. I'm gonna have to eat it now because my opponent's gonna be raw meat.
He wants to.
That's right. Dude, you look like 20 years old. What the hell? What are you eating?
So, what do you
Raw
eat?
meat. Seriously, Mike, you're eating raw meat. Are you swallowing it, or remember you used to spit that stuff out? I'm gonna have to eat it now because my opponent's gonna be
So
raw
I just
meat.
thought that was really funny.
That's right. Dude, you look like 20 years old. What the hell? What are you eating? Raw meat. Seriously, Mike, you're eating raw meat. Are you swallowing it, or remember you used to spit that stuff out? I'm gonna have to eat it now because my opponent's gonna be raw meat. That's right. Dude, you look like 20 years old. What the hell? What are you eating? Raw meat. Seriously, Mike, you're eating raw meat. Are you?
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this fight with Tyson.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you.
By him, he's pointing it out. And yeah, he definitely has his stuff together. Definitely has his stuff together.
Day 2,
So,
we're getting ready for you.
I even thought about going to Arlington to check it out. Be close by the action. So. I don't know. We're going to definitely see what's going to happen with this fight. See what's going to... Another thing, done with school. So now that I'm done with school, I'm moving on, moving forward. Okay, I'm kind of glad that this is all happening now, so I can move forward and be done, hopefully sooner than later, and then go from there. So yeah, guys. So I just want to tell everybody, guys and girls, thank you for listening to me live. I just wanted to go off and introduce Lou. Lou's going to be coming on every now and then. Definitely going to be having different people on. So definitely looking forward to this. Looking forward to actually having an episode more consistent. And believe me, I will be back. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.